Welcome to Tri-Valley Sports Final, your program for the best in local sports action. On this week's show, Lainey Hempel is outstanding as the Livermore girls track team squares off against the section's best at the NCS Meet of Champions. Dasani Goodspeed helps lead the way as the Dublin boys face the North Coast section's top track and field athletes. And the best of the best in NCS swimming compete at the North Coast Section Championships. All that and much more right here on Tri-Valley Sports Final. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. I'm Ian Bartholomew. On this week's show, we'll wrap up the North Coast Section swimming and track and field seasons. We'll see some of the top athletes in the entire state compete for section championships. And to get us started with that, it's my co-host, Tim Brandy.
Great. Thank you, Ian. So the College of Marin was the place to be for swimming fans recently as the North Coast Section held their annual championships. Swimmers met to compete for both individual and team honors, as well as deciding who would advance to the California State Meet. And we pick up the action at the College of Marin. Excited crowd on hand. We'll get things going. Boys 200-yard medley. You see the start of the race, the backstroke, and then we see the finish. De La Salle would finish first, Campo Lindo second, Amador Valley ending up in third place at the time of 1:30.76. And then you see the Dons getting their flowers as they get out of the pool. Now the girls 200-yard freestyle, McKinley Scobie of Foothill. She is right there, and she would finish in first place, 1:47.15, and heading off to West Point. Congratulations to her as she gets her flower from the coach. And next we go to the boys 200-yard freestyle. Caden Wong of Foothill warming up, along with Keelan Tupper, Amador Valley. Get on the starting blocks and dive in. And this would be a close race throughout, but ultimately it would be Tupper who would end up prevailing. With a time of 1:36.69, Wong would finish in third place. So good race there, and there's Tupper getting his flowers. He gets out of the pool, and a congratulatory hug. Now we see girls 200-yard individual medley, Brooke and Taylor Bennett, Granada, and they started with the backstroke. Now we see them doing the breaststroke, and they would finish it with the freestyle. Brooke Bennett in first, 2:01.83. Taylor Bennett second of Granada. Riley Hutchinson of Amador would finish in third. Now we go to boys 200 IM, and there's the start of the race. Several commits here. Some excellent swimmers, and ultimately it would end up being Tim Wu of Doherty Valley who would end up coming in first, while Isaiah Silver of Granada in second, time of 1:47.16. And see the flower, ultimately the medal. Girls 50-yard freestyle now. This is the ultimate sprint. Bridget O'Brien, the senior of Livermore, would end up finishing 8th. So good race there at the meet. Then we're going to go to the boys 100-yard butterfly. Tyler Ortiz, Toby Huang, Amador Valley, and Tyler Ortiz of Granada. Ortiz would end up finishing in 6th place, while Huang was in 5th. So both of them, nice job. Girls 100 freestyle, there's McKinley Scobie again of Foothill, starting the race. Ultimately it would be Quan Seaton of Castro Valley who would end up finishing first, but Scobie would end up finishing in second, so a nice job by her. And she's happy after the race, gets her flower. And then we'll finish this segment with the boys 100-yard freestyle. Caden Wheeler, Amador Jr., Isaiah Silver, sophomore of Granada. Again, 100-yard freestyle, here you see them. And those two would be two of the top swimmers. Wheeler coming in first, 44.06. Silver ends up in third. Wheeler, a Princeton commit. And there we see the flowers because he gets out of the pool at the end of the race. So nice job by him, and it was a great meet. And we're actually going to have more swimming a little later in the show, but we certainly saw some great performances here.
Absolutely, and great performances and just some great examples of student athletes. I mean, these kids are going to high-powered colleges, Ivy League schools, and other similar excellent schools, and just perfectly they epitomize great student athletes.
No doubt about that. And I would also say this, when it comes to swimming, I think the Tri-Valley really overperforms E-ball schools as it relates to that section meets and even state meets. Really punch above their weight and do a great job.
Do a great job. And we are just getting started with swimming. Up next, we'll have more action from the NCS championships, including the 100-yard backstroke and breaststroke, the 500-yard freestyle, and the 400 relays. Plus, a little later, we'll have NCS track and field from the Meet of Champions. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. Before the break, we saw some great swimming action from the NCS championships. Now we'll finish it up with some more outstanding performances. Let's go back to the College of Marin. And we start off with the girls' 500-yard freestyle. Last year's 500 state champion Brooke Bennett going against USC signee Riley Hutchinson from Amador, and Liliana Caples also from Amador. She's a Princeton commit. This would be a close race. We move ahead to the finish. Isabella Ferguson of Carondelet wins with a time of 4:49.95. Hutchinson at second, Bennett third, Caples sixth, and Francesca Lynn of Amador finishes seventh. There, Hutchinson gets her flower. Now we move to the boys' 500 free. Northwestern commit Keelan Tupper of Amador going against Amador's Jake Loftus and Foothills' Caden Wong. There's the start of the race. This will be a close one in the early going. Moving ahead now to the finish. Tupper pulls away to win with a time of 4:23.4. Wong comes in fourth. Nathan Lai of Amador sixth, and Christopher Wang of Amador is seventh. There, Tupper receives his flower and medal from Amador's co-head coach Drake Southern. Southern also coached the NCS champion Amador girls water polo team. On to the girls' 200 free relay. Foothill warms up. Here is the finish. Foothill comes in seventh with a time of 1:39.9. Next, we go to the boys' 100-yard backstroke. Amador's Cade Veeler in this event, along with Orion Liu of Amador. He's a Lehigh commit. This race would also feature Cal signee Tim Wu of Doherty Valley. Veeler and Wu would battle it out. Now Veeler pulls ahead. He touches first with a time of 47.23. Wu is second. Liu finishes seventh. And there's Veeler, the Princeton commit, receiving his award from his coach and mom, Erica Veeler. Next, we go to the girls' 100-yard breaststroke. Taylor Bennett and Gabby Kleeman. Kleeman's a UC Davis commit. There's freshman Alexis Thompson from Amador. There they go. Moving ahead now to the finish. Another close race. Bennett, again, only a freshman, wins with a time of 1:03 seconds. Kleeman finishes sixth. Thompson third. There's Thompson receiving her flower, and Bennett is congratulated by her coach. Two more star freshmen in the EBAL. Now we go to the boys' 100 breaststroke. Foothill senior Ethan Wang leads the way. He plans to swim at Yale. Move ahead now to the finish, and Wang wins the race with a time of 54.91. Here he receives a congratulatory flower. And now we go to the 400-yard freestyle relay. Granada warms up with the Bennetts, Gabby Kleeman, and Megan Lemler. Here is the start. Late in the race, Campolindo pulls away. Here, Granada and Carondelet battle for second place, and Granada touches with a time of 3:26.75. Amador finishes seventh. Here, Granada receives their flowers from the Campolindo coach. Finally, we go to the boys' 400 free relay. Granada and Amador among the teams taking part, along with De La Salle, Doherty Valley, and San Ramon Valley. And here is the finish. Cade Veeler swimming the anchor leg, touches first for the Dons with a time of 3:01.94. Doherty Valley comes in second, De La Salle third, Granada finishes eighth, and Amador caps off their day with another victory as they receive their flowers from Coach Veeler. And here are the final men's team scores. De La Salle edges EBAL champion Amador for first place by only 6 points. Campo Lindo comes in third, Doherty Valley fourth, Miramonte fifth, Foothill sixth, and Granada ninth. Now looking ahead at the women's team scores, Campo Lindo wins the title. They're followed by Carondelet and San Ramon Valley at second and third place. Amador finishes fourth, Monte Vista fifth, Granada sixth, and Foothill ninth. Afterwards, Amador swimmers Cade Beeler and Keelan Tupper and their coaches talked about both their individual and team performances.
Everything kind of went according to plan. We knew coming into this that we're going to do our best, and I think Amador really delivered for that. I feel great about my races, honestly. I'm still like kind of in a half taper for my state meet, so to be on my times is really great. I had a little drop in the 100 back to win it as well, and honestly, I think I performed really well along with the whole Amador team. I think it just comes down to the team bonding. We have our relay teams and honestly everybody else, we just are so close and it helps us push each other. We're not all on the same club teams, we don't all practice together, but we come together when it matters, and I think that's the most important thing. We have just so much energy and hype behind our races because we have each other, so it's just honestly really great.
Definitely just like trusting my training, going out fast, just hanging on. I was super proud of our team getting second place. It's really a lot better than how we did last year, and I'm just proud of all our guys showing up. You know, we all put in the work, and it was time to pay off, and we did. So I think that this is one of the best teams we've ever had, and I'm just super happy to be able to show it out here.
Amazing. Those kids went out there. We knew going into this meet that it was going to be close with De La Salle because we won at EBALs, and so they were fired up, the boys especially, and then the girls, they were right there. We knew they could end up top 10, and they did everything they could do. They performed top notch, better than we expected. So we still took second, but we left it all in the pool. We did everything.
I couldn't feel more privileged to be a part of this team. I mean, this level of competition, this level of trial and excellence, you really don't see competition like this often. And to be there and to celebrate and to support these gentlemen, these ladies, this team, it means the world to me. It's pretty incredible. Our swimmers are just some of the most focused athletes I've ever seen, down to the wire. And when they have a goal, I mean, they will give absolutely everything that they are capable of every single time. That consistency, that performance, it's truly incredible.
Congratulations to all of our local swimmers who competed, and a great day, especially for the Amador Valley Dons.
Yeah, fantastic day for Amador, fantastic day for all of our local swimmers, and they had to make a little bit more of a trip this year. College of Marin, this has historically been in Concord, so
right, absolutely.
Going into the North Bay, and
but really nice facilities up there.
Yeah, it was great to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna do it for swimming. Up next, we'll have track and field action from the NCS Meet of Champions. Please stay with us.
Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. The best of the best in North Coast section track and field recently met up at Dublin High School for the Meet of Champions. There, top qualifiers from throughout the section competed for both individual and team honors and a chance to advance to the California State Meet. And we picked things up with 110-meter hurdles. It would be Chase Young of De La Salle. Another dominant performance from him, as we've seen so many times over the years, 1377. Beating out the Sonny Goodspeed of Dublin, only a sophomore, 1440 on the medal stand. Congrats to him. And next we go to boys pole vault. Here we see Raquel DeMarla, Amador Valley, finishing with a high of 1310, good enough for 7th place. Now we go to the girls 100-meter dash unified division. It would be all Dublin taking it. Viviana Andrade, Lillian Pratzel in first. Rain Hazen, Madison Joe Khalil in second. And there you see them on the podium, and there you see the golden ticket to state. So congrats to them. Then we go to the girls 800 meter, and some of the top performers in this one locally would be Lainey Hempel, Casey Wong, and Allison Chapman. Allison Chapman of Foothill, Casey Wong, Amador Valley, and Lainey Hempel of Livermore. Here we see Hempel would be in second midway through, and ultimately would end up finishing in 4th place with a time of 2:10.80 and would qualify for state. Casey Wong would end up in 5th. She'd receive a medal on the stand. And then Lainey Hempel also would end up getting her medal. And then you'll see, nice new addition this year, the golden ticket. And there it is, the top qualifiers headed to the state meet. Boys 800 meters now. Granada's Nikolai Barron, the start of the race. Here you see them coming down the stretch. Ultimately would be James Prater of Bishop O'Dowd, end up finishing in 1st. Jeremy Imbo of Dublin, hard fall at the end, end up in 3rd. Nikolai Barron of Granada in 4th. And there you see Barron receiving his medal, Imbo receiving his. He would end up qualifying for state. His time is at 1:54.34. Girls 300 meters now, coming down the stretch. Hope Diekman of San Ramon Valley, Tatum Trucks of Carondelet, and then Nima Grant Gurgianis of Dublin. There you see her with her medal, and she would end up finishing on the top 3 with the ticket to state. Next, we go to the girls 3,200 meter. Sade Bumpus, a junior from Granada. Mary Mullins, the sophomore of Foothill. And it would be Elise Barron-Ruiz, only a freshman from Granada. Start of the race, Bumpus leading early. And ultimately would end up finishing in 5th place, as Bayan Ruiz would end up coming in 4th, and Mary Mullins in 9th. So 3 top 10 finishes from the Tri-Valley in that one. So nice job there. Go to the boys 3,200 meter race. And it would end up being Neil Ajesh of Amador, would end up being or of Granada, I should say, would end up being the top local finisher. And now we go to the girls 4x400. Campolindo in 1st. It would be Livermore in 2nd place, with Hempel running as the anchor. And there's her teammate congratulating her. 2nd place, girls 4x400. And that would punch their ticket to state. There you see them celebrating. Well deserved. And there's everybody up on the medal stand, including Foothill, which finished in 6th. But ultimately it would be Livermore who would end up getting the giant ticket. Now we go to the boys 4x400 relay finish. De La Salle in 2nd, Dublin in 3rd. Dublin's time 3:19.72. El Cerrito ultimately would end up in 1st place, but there you see the Gales on the medal stand. And you guessed it, they got their ticket heading to state meet. So congratulations to them. And a great meet overall, hosted at Dublin High School each and every year. And here's, you'll see a look at the final men's team scores. De La Salle winning the title with 69 points. El Cerrito in 2nd, Bishop O'Dowd 3rd. Dublin would end up finishing 6th, and Granada in 12th. Now turning over to the women, we see Carondelet winning the team championship with 46 points. Dublin and Livermore finishing tied for 16th with 12 points apiece. Granada in 23rd, Foothill 27th, and Amador 32nd. Afterwards, some of our local state meet qualifiers said they were pleased with their performances.
I knew I was going against great competition. I just wanted to push myself to my limits. I knew I could beat the guy that went 3rd place. Just really hard competition, but I tried my best. I'm just a 10th grader. More to come next year in the years to come. Last year I wasn't as good, but this year I knew, like, since my first practice, I could make it. Just pushing myself to my limits and really just putting in the hard work and dedication into the hurdles, because it's a very hard thing to do.
It was a hard race, to be honest, coming in. Last year I wasn't really much of a threat to a lot of people. I was kind of like off the map. So this year I was just trying to come in and just show what I got. You know, this is my track, so I just got to come out here and try to, you know, defend my home stadium and try to make a podium and make it to state. Top 3, just trying to stay with the group, not let them get away from me in the last 400. Just trying to push throughout that last 200, just giving it all I got, and just I made a hard lead at the line. They just try to finish for that 3rd place. So just trying to stay with the group is like my main thing. Senior year, I'm hoping to come out here and win it. So that's the goal.
Definitely my mentality of this one was a lot better. Last year I went out at 63 and then my legs totally gave out. So this year I had so much better mentality, strength, health. It's just all aligned perfectly. Especially senior year, like this year for me as a season has just gone so up. This is just icing on the cake. So I'm so excited to represent Livermore High School.
So great to hear from our top performers, and congratulations to all of them.
Yeah, and what a finish by Imbo, just laying it all out there.
Yeah, just that he wanted to be in state, and he got there. That's what it took, diving across the finish line.
Yep, and of course the Livermore relay team, outstanding performance by them, and great to see their reaction. Really happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you punch your ticket to state, and I think that is a nice touch by the NCS, having that golden ticket on the podium. Is really cool. We'll be back with more, including our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athletes of the Week, right after these messages, so please stay with us.
Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. Our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athletes of the Week are foothill swimmer McKinley Scobie and Amador Valley swimmers Kate Veeler and Keelan Tepper. Scobie recently won the 200-yard freestyle at the NCS Championships. She then went on to win the same event at the state meet. Veeler, meanwhile, won both the 100-yard freestyle and backstroke, while Tepper captured the 200-yard freestyle and 500-yard freestyle. Both swimmers were also part of the first-place Amador Valley 400 relay team. For their excellence in the pool, Foothills McKinley Scobie and Amador's Kate Veeler and Keelan Tepper are our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athletes of the Week. Also, congratulations to the Foothill boys tennis team. The Falcons recently won the NCS Division II team title, defeating Miramonte 4-3 in the finals. And the Division I boys doubles team of Dash Parkinson-Lubold and Gavin Gia, they defeated a pair from University SF in their championship match. So lots of championship winners from our Tri-Valley.
Lots of championship winners from our Tri-Valley. I mean, Foothill, that's a great win for them to be able to win the whole team tennis title, and 4-3 against a very good Miramonte squad.
Yeah, and also we're going to wrap up the next couple of shows, wrap up the high school sports here. We'll take a look back at some of the top teams and performers and plenty of memorable moments over the year.
There certainly were a lot of memorable moments, and we talked before about Livermore having a banner year. That certainly stood out, but all across the board, nothing but excellence.
And that's going to do it for this edition of Tri-Valley Sports Final. Tim Sabrani, I'm Ian Bartholomew. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.